Hey there, and welcome to another fun LEGO build video. But before I get to building, I can't help but show off my first appearance of Carnage comic. Isn't it beautiful? This comic was published in 1993 and was written by David Michelinie and drawn by Randy Emberlin and Mark Bagley. Not to get too comic booky on here, but this is a newsstand edition in awesome shape with white pages. Okay, back to the whole reason you came to watch my video. Now this is a cool, if somewhat inaccurate set featuring some very iconic comic book characters. I actually only paid $5 for this set because I had a $25 off coupon from a comic book store because, small confession here, I buy too many comics. I did already cut the tape on the box before filming so I could have easy access. Alright, let's speed things up and start to build this set. Now, even though this set came out in 2021, I do like that it has a very 90s LEGO feel to it, because you have to open up all the bags all at once into a giant pile, and that the bags aren't numbered, plus, as a bonus, no stickers. If you watched my last YouTube video on the Jurassic Park LEGO, you already know how I feel about putting stickers on LEGO sets. I do actually love this set, but one of the reasons I say it is very inaccurate is that Spider-Man and Ghost Rider never teamed up together to battle Carnage. Not in the comics or in the video game. In fact, they never did, period. However, both Spider-Man and Ghost Rider did fight Carnage separately, and interestingly, they both were no match for Carnage by themselves. They both needed help to stop Carnage. In the Amazing Spider-Man comics, Spider-Man had to convince Venom to stop trying to kill him long enough to help him defeat Carnage. Now that would be an amazing LEGO set that I wish that existed. A comic book accurate team-up with Venom and Spider-Man versus Carnage. And I definitely don't mean that strange LEGO set they came out with when Spider-Man is fighting Carnage in the Venom Crawler. What is that even from? If you happen to know where in the comics, movies, or in the video games the Venom Crawler is from, please comment down below, cause unless it's some Spider-Verse thingy, I have no idea. I did find it interesting that the only way that Spider-Man could stop Venom from killing him was to trick Venom into thinking he had successfully killed him on a deserted island. And once Venom thought he had killed Spider-Man, he decided to live peacefully on this island. When some time passes, and when Carnage becomes a not-so-tiny problem, Spider-Man and the Human Torch from Fantastic Four actually travel to the same island and disrupt Venom's oasis by seeking his help to defeat his symbiote's offspring. Yep, in case you didn't know, Carnage is the child of Venom. The alien symbiotes reproduce asexually once in a generation. In the Amazing Spider-Man comics, issue number 344 and 345, you are first introduced to the serial killer Cletus Cassidy, who is serving 11 life sentences for killing 11 people and who claims to have killed a dozen more they don't know about. Cletus and Eddie Brock are both sharing a cell together at Rikers. Eddie Brock is the human that Venom bonds with after Spider-Man rejects wearing the living costume, aka the Venom symbiote, which he brought back from the battle world. The Venom symbiote breaks Brock out of jail, and in the process reproduces, and that offspring bonds with Cletus Cassidy to create Carnage. In the movie Venom, Let There Be Carnage, the scene is completely different. For one thing, Venom hasn't been trying to kill Spider-Man, and therefore isn't in jail with Cletus. Instead, they strangely have Brock visiting him in jail. I'm not really sure why movie writers change the origin stories for beloved comic book heroes and for villains so much. The story is already written in the comics. Just tweak the things that need to be changed to make it live action, and change anything that is either too dated or could be very offensive to today's audiences, but other than that, just leave it alone. Fans love it when you do justice to the original source material. I wonder if they did this change in the movie as an attempt to make Venom more good and heroic and not an anti-hero. I am sad that this live-action version of Venom hasn't interacted with Spider-Man. And no, I don't count or even want to think about the horrible Topher Grace Venom. Whatever the reason for changing the origins of Venom and Carnage, the one thing that is for certain is Venom is definitely an anti-hero, for sure. In fact, the only reason Spider-Man can convince him to stop trying to kill him and to help against Carnage is because Spider-Man tells him Cletus is killing innocent people. Eddie Brock's Venom does kill and eat people, but he has a warped sense of morality about it and won't just kill for fun. Later in the comics, Venom does show his hero side, especially when he saves a baby that Carnage throws out of a window. Speaking of how evil and cruel Carnage is, why did they tone him down and make him super lame in the movie? Don't get me wrong, I love Woody Harrelson, but he is way too likable and way too funny of a performer to accurately portray this serial killer. Cassidy kills for the fun of it, and does not discriminate between who he kills, and with the help of an alien symbiote that makes him more powerful than even Spider-Man, the mayhem he would cause would be devastating. It just would have been awesome if in the movie they could have depicted him with the same kind of terror you felt while watching Hannibal in Silence of the Lambs, or even the TV show Hannibal. Boy, that TV show had a great first season. The other 2 seasons kind of went off the rails, but cinematography-wise, a stunning show. But anyway, you get my point. A scary Hannibal Lecter with superpowers. That is what I wanted to see in Venom 2. I really feel they should have just gone for the R rating on both movies, so they could have done justice to both Venom and Carnage. I mean, the R rating didn't hurt Deadpool. I did find it funny that in the comics, when Spider-Man first sees Cletus, he is in an abandoned building talking to a stuffed teddy bear named Binky. And before you think that is lame, I bet Anthony Hopkins could have made that scene creepy and scary in a movie. Maybe one day I'll be lucky enough to see a proper horror flick with Carnage. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about Ghost Rider. I'll get to him soon. Some last interesting facts about Venom and Carnage that you might not have known is that Spider-Man can't sense them with his spidey senses, and that Venom can blend into his environment and camouflage himself like the Predator. If you can't tell, I really love Carnage and Venom. Okay, now on to Ghost Rider, whose awesome car we are currently building in Lego form. Oops, I put the tires on wrong here. So the original Ghost Rider in Marvel Comics is Johnny Blaze. Johnny was a motorcycle stuntman who bonded with the spirit of vengeance, Zarathos, to save his surrogate father. The name Ghost Rider was used before Johnny Blaze in a series called Phantom Rider for the publisher magazine Enterprises, and was a Western antihero. After the trademark on this character expired, a Marvel comic version was created in Ghost Rider #1 in 1967. There have been 25 different versions of Ghost Rider in comics, and the one I am building in this Lego set is not Johnny Blaze, but is actually Robbie Reyes, because instead of a flamed-out motorcycle, he drives a classic black muscle car that is reminiscent of a modified 1969 Dodge Charger. I do really love these translucent hellfire flames that are shooting from the side of the car. This Mexican-American version of Ghost Rider was introduced in 2014. I'm not a car chick, so I don't know if this Lego version is an accurate depiction of Reyes' car, but I am excited to see it built. It probably will come as no surprise to you, but Reyes never interacted with Carnage. It was a different Ghost Rider in the Absolute Carnage comic series who merges with Carnage to create the symbiote spirit of vengeance. I'm just guessing, but it seems that when Lego gets the licensing rights for things, they definitely don't stick to what is considered canon with their ideas. Don't get me wrong, I would love to see a film or a TV show adaptation where Spider-Man and Ghost Rider take on Carnage. Wouldn't it be cool if the Duffer Brothers decided to have this mashup in their new Ghost Rider series? I heard a rumor, and I sincerely hope it is true, that the Duffer Brothers, after they are finished filming Stranger Things, will be doing a Ghost Rider series. And yes, I will totally be doing a Stranger Things Lego build, so hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it. There you go! Look at how awesome they look! Spider-Man looks pretty good in this. I just wish that his suit was actually a little bit more comic accurate. For one thing, he doesn't have the little red boots, and also I wish his webbing was more forward-facing and not backwards-facing. Now this minifigure is awesome. I love Ghost Rider's translucent flames, especially on his head. I added the flames to his hands because in the comics, that is actually one of his superpowers. I like Carnage, but I wish he had more symbiote-formed weapon attachments that you could swap his tendrils with, like his axes in the comics would have been sick. The tendrils are cool, but I wish they were just one color and not that strange maroon shade. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how he looks. Now onto the awesome car. I do really love the look of it. I just wish the flames were made out of the same translucent material like the flames on the Ghost Rider head, but overall, a very cool ride. Give this tire a spin here. I love that it looks like a hubcap that's made out of hellfire. I do like getting these Lego sets with these shooters in them because they have really good range on them and they are just so much fun. Look how fast it shoots. Can't even see it. That's what she said. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to check out my other videos or there will be carnage.